Let go. Begin again. This is one of the greatest mantras. Let go, begin again. There's nothing for you to grasp at. There's nothing for you to cling to or hold on to. Nothing. Nothing can be held. Everything is arising and passing away. Everything that can be lost will be lost. The great power is to surrender in trust with a kind of faith to the infinite newness of things. This is the nature of reality. This is the nature of the truth, is that it is infinitely arising. So that's what's consistent about it. That's what is unchanging about it, is that it constantly reveals itself and offers itself. That's the nature of love. But we experience ourselves as a subject in a world of objects. Actually, there is no objects. There are no objects. And there is no subject, therefore, either, because everything that you perceive as an object is actually a confluence of factors. Like the great Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh teaches about the flower. Look at the flower. There is no flower there. What do you see? Petals, stamen, stem, leaves, sunlight and photosynthesis, rain and soil and roots. All of these are the confluence of energy and components that constitute what we call a flower. And you are also that. You are this confluence of factors becoming. You did not form yourself in the womb. You do not beat your own heart or digest through some act of will the food in your stomach. Your liver livers itself, and your kidneys kidney themselves. But we want to feel like we're in control. Actually, the great wisdom is to let go and begin again. Because what ancient people knew is that an optimal experience of being alive is to align yourself with the highest principle, with the greatest, with the ultimate, with the ground of being, with the absolute, to move yourself towards an imitation of the greatest, of the truth itself, which is effortlessly becoming that which is so of itself, to quote the Tao Te Ching. And so, whatever you're holding, hold with open hands. What belongs will stay, and what does not belong will go. And things will continue to arise and pass away. This is also revealed through a Christian lens as well. In the very image of Christ crucified on the cross. Here is the creator of the universe, incarnate, surrendered to the mortal process of passing away so that he may arise again. Now, of course, there are material objects that disappear, never to return. But that which animates them, the life principle, the energy of things, that persists. And that is the Christ, that by which everything is allowed to live. Even already a couple hundred years ago, chemists realized nothing is created and nothing is destroyed. So this is also a scientific principle. Everything's a remix. The human organism is an apparatus that develops a cognitive function to process the data of its environment, a cognitive function that is self-identification. There's me and there's not me. That's how human beings move through the world, like a fish swims or a bird flies. A human being experiences I, me, myself, and not I, me, or myself. But that's not a truth. That's just a biological function. Except that we live it, and we can't deny our experience, and that this is what makes things precious, is that we are able to identify ourselves and others. And this facilitates or allows and also necessitates our participation, which is beautiful and precious. So in that sense, it is a real function, and here's the paradox that we hold on to as mystics and mythologists, is that on one hand, there is only one happening, life emerging as trees and dogs and rivers and clouds and human beings. And that what you are is simply life itself, experiencing itself as a human individual for the moment. That's the voluntary part of you, is what you identify as I, me, myself. The rest is all still you, it's just the involuntary part. Some of that is internal, like I said, your heart, your stomach, your liver, your kidneys. Some of it is external, the weather and other people. But there's no inside without an outside. So the two are actually one. On the mythological level, you are not only an individual, you are the central character. And this is much closer to our daily experience, except that we tend to lack empowering narratives. This is why it's good to gain an interest in mythology, because mythology is like a roadmap for the journey of the individual. I mean, if you're a monk or a guru, you might just be willing to deny your selfhood altogether. But to the extent that you want to have loving relationships, get married, have kids, experience all of this, the great richness of the life of an individual, then you embrace that you are the central character in the greatest story that you can tell, which is your own story, but which is best told if you follow the model, the pattern, or the map that's laid out for you by every ancestor you ever had, who handed down great folk stories, fairy stories, and mythologies for you. And even then, even knowing that you are the hero of this great adventure, and that the fate of the universe hangs in the balance of whether you become yourself or not through this adventure, of whether you really give it your all or whether you sell out. Still, the best advice is to let go and begin again. Reality renews itself at an infinitesimal tempo, one that cannot be grasped, cannot be named, cannot even be thought of. It can only be surrendered to. And through that surrender comes a sense of ease and joy and love. So you let go and you begin again in your perilous and fun adventure. And don't forget to dance. Because not only is it a linear journey from point A to point B with various winding twists and turns and peaks and valleys, it is also a circle dance, a cycle, a never-ending cycle. And you're not here to resist it altogether, but to play, to dance, to sing, and to sing praises to that constant energy of love, of divine love, that renews itself, renews itself, renews itself, offers itself to you again and again and again in this self-sacrificing action of passing away, only to arise again. God bless you.